again, this is the Craps Coach. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for joining in today. Don't forget to like and subscribe for the latest videos and updates, and be sure to leave a comment. I love hearing from you and answering your questions. Today we have a video on how to bet on the 5 count. If you don't know what the 5 count is, please go back and watch the previous video where I explained the implementation of the 5 count in detail. And in that video, I talk about what to do when betting begins. Well, this is that promised video. How to bet when betting begins. So, one of the great tips I have for you is that when you do bet, go ahead, bet, and be up on no more than 2 or 3 numbers at the most. In most cases, a point will be established when you finally hit the count of 5 on the random roller and betting begins. There's 2 methods I like to teach. One is making come bets. In this case, I'll probably make 3 come bets. The other one is simply to place the 6 and the 8 and then either buy the 4 and the 10. So let me address the first one here, making come bets. So we'll say that you finally hit the count of 5 and betting will begin, so you're gonna make your first bet. So you make a come bet. And we'll say, for the sake of this video and discussion, the comes move to 6. So go ahead and take full odds, or odds, and then make another come bet. And then in this case, if an 8 is rolled, the comes move to 8 in this example, and then go ahead and take odds. And now you're up on 2, and if you want, you can go at least one more come bet. Again, the tip is never to be up on more than 2 or 3 numbers. And then you're just going to, if the comes move to 10, you're just gonna then just kind of write it out and see what's going. If you've counted the shooter to 5, there's a great likelihood that they're gonna be in a positive trend of rolling, and getting your comes out there is gonna help you make some money. And it's going to help you avoid kind of the danger zone where initially the shooter has a higher likelihood of 7 out. All right, the other way to bet for on the 5 count again is to again count the shooter to 5, and then betting begins. And then place the 6 and the 8. Again, no more than 2 or 3, up on 2 or 3 numbers, and then buy the 4 or the 10. Ideally, you want to buy the 4 or the 10 when the commission is paid on the win, not up front. We'll say in this place you have to buy the VIG, which is typically 5% of your bet. So 5% of 20 is $1. That goes to the casino simply to place a bet. But this will pay true odds versus house odds if you were to have placed the 4. So again, this would be the case here. You've counted the shooter to 5. You then start the betting. So 2 different ways. Place the 6 and the 8, buy the 4 or the 10, no more than 3 numbers at one time. Or the alternate way that I showed you previously is make 3 successive come bets. One sort of variation you could do is, on the way to counting the shooter, we'll say the count is 3 or 4, is at that point you could start making your first come bet. And they'll say it moves to 9, and you make another bet, say you do it on count 4, and then you move that. But in this case, don't take odds until you've counted the shooter to 5. So it's a little different. The first way I showed you was to you've counted the shooter to 5, and then you start making come bets, and as soon as the comes move, you take odds. If you start putting come bets prior to the count of 5, that is okay, but do not take odds until you've counted the shooter to 5, and then get up on 2 or 3 numbers and just wait for decisions to be made. Just kind of write out those 2 or 3 numbers. It's going to save you a lot of money in the long run against a random roller. So that is how to do the betting on the come bet, those two methods. Again, come bets, no more than 3, or simply, when you've counted the shooter to 5, simply place the 6 and the 8, then either buy the 4 and the 10, depending on where in the game. So, all right, appreciate you watching. I am going to do my next video on the 5 count is going to be showing you how the 5 count works in a live session. And we're going to compare it to, I'm going to have 2 things going. I'm going to be betting along the 5 count method. And then the other betting will be simply somebody that just likes, once the points established, we'll say goes to the inside numbers. So go ahead, look forward to that video soon. And again, I appreciate you joining us. Thanks for joining in and watching my YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe for the latest videos and updates. And if you have something to say, make sure you leave a comment. I love hearing from you and answering your questions. Thanks for watching.